Downward session 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DominateDominion number 66. It's in the L380. The breaking in some words into this one. We're here with Gandair, and round number 3, we're going to be seeing yet again Sofanda Cox, the new weapon in over on the blue side, and we're going to be going against the one, the only Amputease. Is that okay? Yeah. And that's okay. Well, I messed up on the ordering, but keep going on to the Tapmans and what's going on.
Okay, the Tapmans were in Italy casting Jason Lulu. We've talked about this broadcast, all broadcasts long about why they're banned. And let's take a look at things that haven't hit a ban yet. Elise, Karma. Elise is a durable character who has a stun, good AP champion, and Karma, extremely durable, support, has a lot of damage as well. So Unicorn is picking up Zyra for his team. Zyra has a lot of magic damage as a significant ability zone. Over on the other side, we're seeing a Rammus highlight, and Silence highlighting a blank space, because he likes to keep his opponents and his commentators guessing.
Yeah, definitely. And Mimi, Timo, Karma are possibly more near advanced, or at least not surprised being banned out over there. Very solid bottom laner, boosting top laner as well. Netherite Man kind of reminds me of like the lead player or Staron. Staron actually reminds me of Syndra, but yeah, Netherite Man over here. That's usually my connection with this, but for Sofanda Cox and Amputease, I haven't really seen both these two teams. Like, who should we really be watching out for?
Well, one of the things that I really have liked recently is Sturgeon's Rammus play. Rammus is a character that was ridiculously popular very early on in history, and then he kind of became unpopular, and now it's just like, oh, Rammus is a good champion. He has a taunt that's good, his airborne is good, his movement speed is good, everything about him is good with one exception. His ability to engage is kind of awful sometimes. He needs direct lines of effect in order to be able to start a fight. Which means he has to go around minions, around champions, through convoluted paths on the map. It's really not worth it to run flash on him, so you can't really use that to your advantage either. So you have to rely on having a ability to connect. If you can connect with Rammus, awesome. But teams with experience are able to set situations where Rammus can't engage effectively, and that really limits his ability to be effective in team fights.
Yeah, it is really, really unfortunate that most of the champions now being built in Season 3 and such are having less of the way of gap closures or disengagers, you might say. I mean,
you guys succeed well with someone who has a stun or an airborne or something that can, like, if you have someone who has, like, wave clear, like Brand, for example, who can also stun, Brand can make a great setup for Rammus to be able to win.
But that's with new management from Brand, so that's really nice to see for time to that one up. And yeah, I mean, you do have to really play that off, maybe even with a Leona to lock down somebody as well. I mean, it's pairing up a little bit tankiness with the Rammus that can lock in the damage. So hopefully Silence and Sugarman can start in the Hawk can get it down together as it can. While we do have the J4 and Tail being picked up, it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to have that top fight first off, but also the kickoffs, and especially if Rammus is out in the open by himself, will everybody else get back into the place so that Rammus can actually get a fortuitous gank off with somebody else?
And we're seeing Talon be picked. Talon's a character who has very good ability to engage. He doesn't usually have a way out, though. He typically has to kill his way out of the fight, which Talon is very capable of. But if usually he doesn't live through something unless his team sweeps the fight. Because with the Shadow Assault, I always get this wrong every single time. There we go, yeah. With the Shadow Assault Cutthroat, he can cover a lot of ground. well, theoretically cover a lot of ground. You don't see him because the Shadow Assault, you pop that when just before you come into vision. So you run out in stealth, they don't see that. And then all of a sudden you cutthroat the second you become revealed. So you just surprise cover all of this distance in the blink of an eye from their point of view, and it really makes it difficult to feel safe from him while you're in a lane, unless you're on the opposite side of the lane. Like if you're in the middle of a lane, then he can come out and get you. If you're on the far edge and he's coming out from the inner circle, then he can still connect.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see the differences closed up by Talon. Talon, I think, was before Talon was actually started to play, he was more used in the US Dominion scene than he was in the NA, is that correct? So, seeing him come over here, seeing a kind of a standard now, well, not super standard, but kind of a standard. It's working out really well for the team of Sofanda Cox.
And we're seeing a Quinn pick as well. Quinn's a pick that has become, I don't know, there's a couple people that play Quinn. I think he's declined. Quinn has a lot of movement speed, has a blind, first air is good. He's really nothing bad I can say about Quinn other than she lacks an escape. So, Quinn's a character that sometimes you see her run flash instead of, like, exhaust or whatever else she could be running. So we may see that on Quinn this game.
It's a really good pick, I would say, also as well, when J4 comes in, tries to cataclysm onto Quinn. Quinn can just use Vault to jump right out of the cataclysm, so that's always a really big annoyance. But we did see that last bit, Noob G3, and pick up that Evelyn. I don't know if that's going to be an Evelyn bottom lane. I kind of remiss if it is going to be an Evelyn bottom lane, but if it is, it'll kind of work out, I would say. But yes, we are going to be seeing all the teams, all the players being locked in. And yeah, Michael Bay going to be locked in that Gragas. So, bottom lane first, what do you think? Who's going to be the one to be locked in and fighting that down?
Metal Fenrir, I believe, is the bottom laner, but I'm seeing dual-powered tail, so I feel like that's a possibility as well. Brand in the bottom lane once in a great while, but it's not something that's very common. So I think it's Michael Bay versus, I want to say Metal Fenrir because he's usually who bottom lanes for Amputease.
Ooh, then that means the engagement's really going to be on the Evelyn and Rammus combo, which can really work out for Amputease, but if it is Metal Fenrir at top lane, I would say that, yeah, you said the dual power could be the bottom laner as well, could work out as well.
Yeah, I think if they put Tail there, then that would be a little bit better than it would be if they had J4, because I feel like if they don't have J4, doing a little bit more damage than tank because they have a Rammus along with is a thing.
I mean, they also, you can get some attack speed bonuses up there in top lane. You can also get probably a sliding drag on top of a punching tongue, which would be really good to capture down on the people. And also, the matchup between Gragas versus Metal Fenrir J4, it'll be a little bit on the side of Michael Bay, I would say, for Gragas, sorry. Just because, you have this attack speed debuff with your barrel roll. You have the sustain from the W of Michael Bay, from Gragas. So there's a little bit of that also into the play of, well, do you really want to send Metal Fenrir down just to get, probably pushed down by Michael Bay as well. So we'll see how that will happen. Other than that, I like the Quinn pick. Birds are quite one of my things that I like to play, although I never play Anivia, and although I never play Flame. I play a lot of Quinn, and Quinn's a really cool character, and I'm liking seeing the chemical that Melspal is bringing out, all the ADCs, all the time.
Another thing that Portal on Our Star, I have very little experience seeing that. He's played a couple times, but it's not something that is typical for him. So that's something I'm kind of going to be watching as we are commentating this. I saw someone asking a question in Twitch chat. There is not going to be an MLG Dallas this year. That happened already. It was in March or something like that. Yeah, if you're looking for an MLG Dallas, you're looking at next year. The next one is going to be MLG Columbus. Yeah. The November 22nd is one of the days of it. I forget what the other two are. I think it's 20 to 22 or 22 to 24. I forget.
It's a weekend that's going to happen sometime in November. Pretty much.
It's a weekend.
Is that the 20th weekend?
I think it's the week before that.
Okay, good. Because that'd be horrible for Texas.
Yeah, it's gonna be awful to try and get a flight there.
Oh, either way, yeah, that's true. But yeah, if you're gonna go to MLB, Columbus would be the next one. I think the next big thing for League of Legends wise, just being out there would be PAX time, which is I think mid-August or beginning of August.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be Worlds after that.
And, yeah, that'll be in October.
Go to Worlds, man. That's looking to be really hype. And I don't watch a lot from these risks, but I want to go to that because judging by the reaction that like from last year, like I want to go to that, and it's a live Summoners Rift thing, and I want.
Well, the playoffs are gonna start in September, and then you're gonna go like for 3 weeks into that, and then you have to do World Finals, which is in October. And I know some people already are trying to book the tickets, and that's gonna be coming up soon. So if you want to be like me and Casey and try to get the tickets early for World Finals, you might want to just join up with us with that group. But other than that, coming back into round number 3 of DominateDominion number 66, Sofanda Cox on the blue side, IP Unicorn Talon, Max Portal with the Alistair. That are going to be played by Gandair, North Powell, going to be playing that twin, that third Tottenham fellow. And we're going to have Michael Bay going to be picking up the Gragas. Half the classic crew, L3 IOD, here with Gandair, and we're going to be checking out the purple side, and what do we have?
Over there we have Science playing as Brand, Strogan McCox playing as Ramus, Metal Pioneer playing as Darwin Force, Dual Power as Kale, and the Noob G3 playing as Evelyn. And their powers combined make up Team Amputease.
Is this going to happen? You think that Evelyn's going to go bottom lane?
Well, when the game started, I saw Metal Pioneer pick J4, and I'm like, I don't know if he's going to do that bottom lane. And I'm like, well, Dual Power could do it. And I'm like, well, Evelyn could do it. Science could theoretically do it. The only thing that can't bottom lane over there is Ramus.
Yeah, so definitely not the bottom lane area.
And J4 is not really optimal down there, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't see Ramus in a 1v1 duel. I don't think it's going to be very fruitful for any of these characters.
Maybe it's like a super hard counter to Lee Sin or something. Like, no, I don't know.
I guess if you caught him into the turn, maybe that will work out, but even then, I think...
DDC Thornmail against someone with an attack speed buff. That could be enough to last taunt. But he doesn't have any wave clear at all, which is something that you're like, nope. Even J4 has that line effect. Ramus getting me the drill immediately. Talon getting me the drill eventually. Both teams heading up towards the top. So I guess Evelyn down in the bottom part of the map.
It's going to be a really interesting fight off of this one. Star's going to go mix off of the down Pepper Flame, and we're going to see what will happen at the windmill. Portal going to set it off.
A bit of poke back and forth. Ooh, Strogan coming from the side. Starting to fight early before Talon gets here. I like that a little bit, taking advantage of that 4v3 time with the Ramus. Ooh, taunt on Unicorn. He could not go where he wanted to. Let's see on him from the airborne as well after the taunt. Hitting him very low very quickly. But while it's going on, the team's getting very much chipped down by Northpaw and Mary. Support low on health. J4 dashes in. J4 gets kicked out. J4 on stage. J4 picks up the kill on Alistar.
Yeah, but we did see IP Unicorn going to go for a snipe. Can he snipe again onto Metal Finger? It is going to be Metal Finger going to be picked off by Generic, and now Science going to try to get in some more damage. Unfortunately, going to get picked off. And now Dual Power 1v3. IP Unicorn says Custer will be picking up the 3.
And Supportal kicking Strogan out. Strogan wanted to finish off Unicorns. He still really wants to. Nope. Twin's going to stop that from happening.
And definitely, and we're going to see the capture, Metal Finger.
Oh, nice!
And everybody else is going to be able to finish that one off. The Sofanda getting the windmill point and cleaning up the top area.
Dual Power with the Reckoning is able to pick up a kill on Talon, who would live for a very long time, but now is retreating a little bit.
Yep, and we do see 490 to 470 on the point score, and we'll see Michael Bay pushed up over in the bottom lane. Again, I worry about Amputease's comp just because of that bottom lane matchup. Like you were saying, Metal Finger going into J4 wasn't really the smartest of players. Now we have new V3. The last time I saw a bottom lane Evelyn, it was a final probably a while ago. It didn't really do too well, so hopefully we'll see new V3 wrap it out for my sake. But here we go, Ramus on the bottom lane, and try for it to win.
And Talon is following in right behind. There's the Shadow Assault. Stealth jump through the new B3, just like I was talking about at the Champion Flex stream. Covering all of that ground quickly and invisibly. Strogan tapping that Speed Relic, or Speed Shrine rather, to get back over towards that bottom point. Chasing Talon away, taking a little bit of damage from Gragas in exchange. Ramus in a pretty rough spot right there with Alistar with the Airborne Silence as well. We're going to see him survive despite Tremors is active. Pyroclasm bounces very poorly, unfortunately, for the team. And Strogan kicked out, is going to be taken down by Unicorns. UBC chipping away at Gragas while all of this is going on. Is able to secure that kill. Dual Power's tail coming down towards the fight. And they have to retreat through Eve to get away from it because they do not want to get near tail. And Dual Power close enough? No, not quite. Able to cause a little bit of a reckoning. Are they going to go for a dive, potentially? Oh, dear. The seer damage? Is that going to be enough to kill Unicorns? No, he does with 3 freaking health.
I see Unicorn saving out his wife from a Guardian Angel, although there's no Guardian Angel on his board. Now Michael Bay is trying to pick it up again. I think he just went in a little bit too early. But we'll see if Gandair and everybody else in the crew of Spandex can finish it up.
Zyra not able to make the ultimate, but that is okay because Unicorn has it under control. Looks like the back damage actually picked up the kill there. New B3 with the ballsiest recall. My cursor's stuck.
I think my cursor's stuck as well.
Darn. No, I wish that would not happen.
Yeah.
I wish we had free camera during pause. Oh, man.
But then there's the whole ghosting issue and everything like that. What is it? One of the things that I've learned from other casters is leave it on direct to camera so that if you get paused, at least you can use your mouse and everything. Unfortunately, that was the time I was actually holding the mouse quite wheel and well, for you.
Yeah, that's what's happening to me too.
Yeah, so we'll go right in. Do you want to jump the life or we staying at 5:15 right now?
Let me see where I'm at. I'm at 5:18, 5:19, 5:20, 21, 22. Okay.
Yordo going to go in, and the Hawk's going to get popped up, and we're going to see some damage coming down onto Ramus while we have new V3 coming up on the side. We're going to go see the Assassination Attack and the Assassination Jet for everyone.
Ooh, Strogan with a good garrison there.
Going to go save out the turret, but unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to have to save out his wife. Going to get popped up for one, and going to land in for the other.
Ramus had some great delay. Oh, Quinn, there we go. We got the Valor form going on.
Yeah, and our fall is going in. We're going to get tapped down, and we'll see if we can actually keep it up or top. But 3v1, at least going to delay it for quite a bit longer. No, it's all going to be taken away. Actually, no, they get killed down, though, so that's a good save. Now we're going to see Amputease pick up the window.
All the attention they had to put into the bottom lane to unseat Strogan's Ramus from that gave him a lot of time to group up at the top and take care of Quinn. Strogan by himself now, DBC and Powerball his way out. DBC meaning defensive ball curl. Those are not familiar with the Ramus creation. Lighting that plant on fire, Brand, that's not good for the environment.
It's Captain Fighter and it's Arch Nemesis Brand rushing in today and saying, well, it's working against him in the sense that, well, we're going to have some plants try to come back, and they are still in the lead. So we'll see if Sofanda Cox can keep it up, or will Amputease with all the mad scientists coming in and take them out.
There are the rabbits. The Vision Advantage currently is firmly on the side of Sofanda Cox's team. They have these 3 vision items as opposed to none for their side.
And then we do see 2 unicorns going to be touched down, and we have Strogan going to lock it in, and with the punk, we're going to have the portal try to knock up. We have to get a little knock on dual power, but there's the zone out from Zyra, and we do see another thing we're going to be taking down right quickly. Nope, the invulnerability still from Benson, and keep him alive just for a little bit longer, but everybody else on the team, the Amputease is so low, and it's going to pretty much scale down, and it is going to be a portal. Mike's going to be able to pick up a triple kill off of that one. Good job by Mike on for that.
Yeah, Alistar with the triple is something you don't actually see every day, but it's confusing the Dominion when you clean up a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody who has to have the last few hits, and unfortunately, Quinn or Zyra could have been the ones to finish it up, but she did. And,
the explosive pass, taking new B3 out, Unicorns is able to catch up. Ramus turns around towards Eve's zone. New Knight is thrown down on Michael Bay, and look at that, there's that Ramus not having radio engage that I described earlier. Could not come out with those minions.
those minions are slowly making sure that he would be safe. Michael Bay going to try to come back in. While we did see Talon get picked off, it is going to be the team going back over the top lane for Amputease, while on the other hand, Sofanda Cox is just dealing with the ceramic problem.
And Rammus was revealed by the vision effect. Ooh, the portal. The portal's durable enough to deal with that. He can get away. Upper part of the map, Jarvan capturing his tower, and by capturing that, he forces someone to go up to have to respond to that. They have to put themselves in harm's way in order to interrupt that if they want to. Rammus coming around from the back, going to stop Generic from being able to do that. However, the portal tries to dive through, can't quite get there in time. He turns attention towards his allies instead, as Strogan is able to take down Zyra with the help of Hale, and Strogan, gets kicked towards Northpaw by Supportal. Supportal hanging his ally out to dry with that headbutt.
There's an unfortunate occurrence of events. IP Unicorn's not going to get knocked in, and they have to knock out by Supportal, and now Supportal is getting to in onto Science. The Science is going to go in and pop out from auto attacks. Now IP Unicorn's
good bounces on Pyroclasm.
Pyroclasm is going to happen. We're going to see IP Unicorns take a lot of damage, still being seen just because of the spike coming out of it. And it's 1-for-1 trade overall. Snowfall going to try to clean it up, while Strogan going to be taken down.
It's always sad when you get defeated by someone who has like basically their health left, and if you got your ability off, you probably would have killed them instead. Talon there picking up the kill against Rammus. Quinn coming back into that fight from the platform after being dead really helped turn that around for her team. Sofanda Cox taking control of that fight, shooting up to the top, and now they're able to turn around the windmill. But in the bottom lane, things a little bit different. UB3 had pushed Michael Bay up against Tower. Unicorns had to go down there and bail him out. And I know that Talon is very happy with the idea of being the assassin on the enemy team, because if she gets that wave pushed up, does have movement speed to kind of roam up to just below the drill and refinery on the other side, snipe off some kills if engagements are down that low. Taunt on Unicorns, Metal Fenrir there as well, Airborne to follow it up. Unicorns does not have a way out.
Nope, he's going to be taken down right quickly, and then there's going to need J4 to be able to pick that one up. Now, Fenrir not going to try to push in with the team over those bottom capture points.
Three-man dive on the point, defensive garrison. Taunt activated on Gragas. They don't want him to be able to throw out those abilities. And Gragas is actually going to get away, just barely. He's able to dash out before another pulse of tremors did him in. So very fortunate on Gragas' part, him actually being able to escape. And those plants, Zyra, completely disrupting Metal Finger's ability to neutral that point. And you see three-man synchronized recall, top end of the map. Quinn is going to fall to tail and land.
Yeah, Northfall really having a hard time just because it is IP Unicorns. It's been the roamer pretty much, jungler going in and out of, bottom lane, mostly staying bottom, and it's been leading to Northfall just being...
saved by that intervention from Tail. Bland barely alive after Talon pulling off a very good dance against him. Support will trying to back science into the wall. He's looking to take him down. No, the Relic is going to keep him alive. Looks like he's got the heal on from Tail as well.
Unfortunately, going to knock out by Generic, and now Generic going to try to turn it in. Gets some knock up. IP Unicorn going on in the middle Fenrir, but Metal Fenrir going to go right on, dunk on the face of that Talon, but Talon going to be taken out right quickly as well. The defensive ball curl is doing too much damage.
Yeah, Tremors activated as well near the end of that, was also going to help him pick up that kill. And Dual Power by himself. Science now joining the fight. Jarvan's still a little ways away. Jarvan gets here, they really can't make a push for that. Now with Jarvan present, they're going to have to back off. And see the recalls coming out from right now in response to that.
Yeah, Northfall, everybody else is
Quinn could be bad. The taunt lands before Quinn goes back. So gets stuck in place after the disengage. Very unfortunate timing.
And now we're seeing the power of Rammus, you gotta ban that out sometimes, and Sturgeon's been doing a really good job keeping it in, but I feel like the teammate, Amputease, has really supported that one well. Dual Power right now, just trying to chase down on the supportal, and see Mike's gonna go push out Science, and now we're gonna see the Sturgeon get a plan.
And that taunt on Generic really sealing his fate. Every time Rammus taunts someone, it's just, someone's gonna die.
It's been a really good thing because the team has been able to follow up. There's a time going on with the portal. The portal is going to be back of the way. Now, Northfall going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Pyroclasm is not going to get enough people on the target. Now, IP Unicorn is going to come back in, and everybody else is going to come back out because there's nothing else but keep going over to be able to use.
Drags Northfall out. Northfall gets airborne again. And, may die to the Blaze now, not even close. I'm able to get to the healing portion of the summoner platform in time.
Overall, this has been a pretty good push by Amputease picking up the refinery, but they are losing down over at the burn yard, so we might need to see everybody back away, and IT Unicorn goes in, Shadows all in, and he has to finish up something with the Tower coming in from Northfall, stays out from the intervention coming out to men's middle Fenrir, but then we're going to be taken down by Northfall anyway.
Looks like Eve heading around back behind Gragas, maybe going to go for the gank, yes. Rammus, if Rammus connects, could be bad things for Michael Bay. Opened up immediately by Eve, the knockback, able to get him a little bit of distance, but Eve able to quickly catch up. Michael Bay gets sent back to Summit Platform, which is going to maybe bring Talon down in response, and they want him more at that windmill fight than they want him down at that bottom lane.
Portal yet again getting that kills and Mike getting another one for that carry out. So now we see Silence going to get thrown in by the plant of Captain America, or Captain something, because we had to real quick off that kill over there, and now we do see NewB3 with everybody else backing away from this one. It's going to be a reset in the fight, and we're going to have Sofanda Cox actually have control of the windmill right now.
Amputease been doing a really good job. They have started to mount a lead a little bit there, but now they are losing that 40 or so Nexus health bonus that they had within the team. Another thing in the middle of the map, looking around for something to do. Support being chased away. There's a vision effect in the bushes. No one's there. More vision, more vision, more vision. Another vision proc and Quinn's vision as well on top of that.
I think that's the name of the game for every map mode in League of Legends. Vision, control of the map is very key into securing your objectives, but securing everything in the game. So, especially in Dominion, you do see that with all the sweepers, with all the good remnants, you really need help from that vision.
On other maps, you have all the wards that you use all over the map. This is good of incomplete information, and if you can get information your opponent does not have, it gives you an advantage. Northpaw, able to get back away. No, the Cataclysm shuts Quinn down. Strogan is driving the other member of the team out of the fight. Science by himself, 1v2. Able to keep Alistar and Talon tied up for quite a while, which lets their allies pick up the kill against Zyra. Now Northpaw fighting Supportal. I'm not sure if Northpaw can do this, especially with Talon so close by. Eve coming up from the bottom. There's that roaming Eve that I'd mentioned. Goes immediately forward for Talon, does some damage, keeps up, and even with the rake slow, NewB3 able to run them down, and J4, having died earlier, is going to bail out the tower from Gragas, splitting tail off now for the windmill. NewB3 revealed. NewB3 could probably take down Northpaw if he can get a good engagement.
Yeah, NewB3 did have his ultimate off in about 2 or 3 seconds. Now NewB3 is going to change it down, and as they ignite on it, and we see NewB3 try to
saved!
So much intervention coming out from Shield. Yet again, Dual Power has been just healing up and making judgments all over the map.
NewB3 recalling, there's a minion there. That minion, not quite minion. Minion's really trying for it. Science in his own generic away. He wants to start a forest fire. It's a dry season. It's a bad time for that. Brand makes firefighters intensely unhappy. Mad Support now leading the charge into the center of the map. Looking around, reveals with the vision, finds Science's brand, and in the bottom, Talon and Michael Bay going for this point, but Rammus comes down here to interrupt, and with the taunt on Unicorns, that's going to defeat Unicorns. The Garrison's going to save that tower, and Michael Bay has to retreat before either one of those quicker champions can catch up to him.
Michael Bay still has to get around on this one. Sabordo's going to get home out from the side, and still going to be able to back away. Now back over in top lane, Gandair are going to go try to get in. Going to miss off on the ultimate. Nothing going to happen with Signal Thorns. Now we're going to see everybody just circling up over at the windmill while we do see Rammus coming in for a gank onto Northfall. That is going to be cut off by the grassing roots, and everybody else is going to have to reset for this one for Amputease.
And Jarvan hanging around now. Once he cancels Mary, not quite able to do it, so he falls back over towards his ally Rammus. Talon, oh dear, Talon knows that if he eats one of those puncturing taunts, it could be all over for him anytime.
Yeah, he does not want to get knocked up, especially with the Yomu's basically active and used by that J4. So Fenrir should be able to snap down if there's a 1 or 2 second punching taunt. I'm not surprised, it is going to be a 3-second punching taunt coming into play. So Match Portal, everybody else is playing good now. We have that going up in the top lane, and we're going to have a touch of the Metal Singer.
And I think it makes it so deadly is J4 combined with Rammus does a ton of damage, but with Jarvan being defeated there, just now, that they're not going to be able to take too much advantage of that armor reduction that Puncturing Taunt brings. I mean, Kale does get something out of it, a little bit, but not nearly to the extent that Jarvan does. Science stepping forward the zone, help out a little bit. Sturgeon with Summer's active, just now ended. Looks for a taunt on Northpaw, doesn't get it, gets kicked away from the fight to safety. Pyroclasm denied by Supportal. There's the Wooglitz from Science, but perfectly timed out by Kale. Incorrect grammar abound, ladies and gentlemen, as Dual Power tries to defend against this point. Did you see that Wooglitz bird? Wooglitz happens, Zyra sets up with the airborne, Kale snipes it out with the intervention. Very good play from Kale and from Zyra in having that awareness.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for the Wooglitz. I think there was a little bit early isolation right there. I don't think there was an ignite or anything to really play off of that one. But then again, the intervention right after, I feel like Kale purposely saved that for herself, because that wasn't really going to be anything for him to really get out of, especially when you saw the Pyroclasm not even hit anything there. Unfortunate for Science, unfortunate for Kale, but a great comeback from both Gandair and everybody else of the team of Sofanda Cox.
Yeah, Kale maybe having that towards the end to change things up a little differently. You are right. Nonetheless, that was the timing was so clean. And I just wanted to make sure that the viewers saw that to an extent. Strogan's winning from the back. Taunt on Northpaw. The Puncturing Taunt plus J4 with that Yomu is tons of damage.
Yeah, it's going to defeat the whole team. Science going to go in and catch Pyroclasm onto their team. It's going to hit 2 U-Front 3 times, and now we're going to see the defense of this top lane. Unfortunately for the team of Sofanda Cox, I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Great Pyroclasm on Northpaw. Strogan, nope. Maybe? Yes, connects anyway, even with the flash. Northpaw not able to escape. Kale and Rammus able to pick up that kill. Supporter looks like he is going to take down Kale. He is no fear of Kale. Alistar bigger than most of the buildings on the map right now, chasing down Strogan. Strogan gets kicked out through a building. Alistar, no care left in his care cup. Activates his ultimate, runs up forward towards the top tower, wants to connect with Brand to stop that. They do everything they can to stop him, but he gashes through anyway, interrupts Brand only just now being taken down.
Great defense on that attack point, and good job by Sofanda Cox trying to milk it out as much as they can. They did have Evelyn going down early at bottom lane, and with the switch of IT Unicorns doing the damages to New V3, so unfortunately New V3 with that revived bonus, maybe you can work that out by kill.
Zyra coming down, wants to either hold the lane and go for the gank. With Alistar here, it looks like they're going to push that tower because they know New V3 is on health. Oh, the reveal from the sweeper on Gandair. Usually can't really do much of that. Defensive Garrison's going to bail out the tower for a moment. Rammus and Bland hanging down. Jarvan staying up at the top of the map to deal with Quinn. Makes sure Quinn can't push out towards the drill or anything like that. Making sure you stay there to play the zoning game. Oh, Goddess's dash is down now. Taunt, nope. The Mike running interference. Good defensive line in Alistar, helping his ally out.
Yeah, supporter going to go there. Michael Bay going to switch up to the bottom, and then we're going to see push up the Northpaw getting a bit of a minions to help out, and have the Metal Singer having used up the Yomu to straight active to clear out the lane, and now just a little bit left onto that top lane.
And Alistar through the wall for Jarvan, able to get some disruption on him. Jarvan still being kind of punished by Quinn up there at the top. Dual Power low on health has to fall back towards the fight. Jarvan does fall, and they want to connect with Talon, but Supportal is just doing a great job on Alistar this game. Really active at keeping people off his allies.
Now, I would say Supportal, if they win this game, it is the MVP off of this one. Getting a double kill just through 1 or 2 auto attacks. It's ITV in front of everybody else, and the Wizards being used, it's going to be knocked down. It is going to be ITV Unicorn going to be able to help out. He might pick up another kill. 10-21. Give this cow some orange because he is doing the awesomeness and the best for the team of Sofanda Cox.
In the bottom lane, however, NewBC was able to get a hold of the Boneyard. Quinn moving down as quickly as possible to try and trap NewBC, but Ram is showing up with the taunt, means that Northpaw gets killed. However, allies coming back from the recent recall able to go down and deal with Strogan. Darvin should be here as well. It could be a penciling taunt combo away from Unicorns getting killed, but no, Darvin's not able to safely engage. With Alistar there, Rammus is going to die.
That goes out by IC Unicorns shooting up the damage. Another thing we're going to go poke up, and we're going to see them spike that door down on the IC Unicorns. Gamers can be used and able to assassinate these talents. Still neutralized over in the bottom left point, and we're going to see if Metal Cinerex can help that one out, or Magic Portal going to hold off on this defense. Of course, he might going to go hold off on this defense. It's okay, and we're going to see how these two tanks, these Goliaths of both teams, work out. It's still Metal Cinerex coming in, dunking on the cell, but the tower has the horns now, and the tenacity, and the buffness to get around this one. But that means still, new GP is going to go off on the side, and that's all, and it's a bit of trouble.
See if J4 can finally get this kill against support we've been looking for the last minute, and gets it. A little bit of help from Eve, though. Not quite a pure 1v1. Unicorn's being taken down next. It looks like yes, but just barely. Gandair's moving around to this bottom point. Once he gets being captured. Oh, snipes out Eve, though. That neutral reveal, very powerful.
Yeah, and we're going to see if Sofanda Cox can actually pick up the top right point right now, because it's looking like they are going to be losing this one out if they can't keep on securing down over at the bottom left. Strogan the Cox going to get a pull in, and they get a Country Cox on Northfall. Northfall's going to be okay with taking that damage down, and we're going to see dual powers get zoned out, and we're going to see Northfall pick up the kill on Strogan the Cox.
And the slow from Kale with the Rileys, and that's going to stop support from being able to connect. New DC, a little bit of poke. That BFT damage is kind of bad. You don't want to have to deal with that. If you're Alistar, you have a lot of health. That percent health burn is really significant. Picks up the health relic too, pops the heal on himself a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll see how they're going to be holding up. Michael Bay going to be on top lane, going to be ascending, and now it's going to be Northfall switching over to D's of the bottom lane, going to try to push this one down, and we're going to see if New DC can do anything about that.
And it looks like New DC is able to get that kill. Push at the top part of the map, going for the windmill. Unicorn takes a reckoning. I see the face from Kale. J4 is on a good side of the fight, boxes into damage, but there's no one to follow it up, unfortunately. No one closed in to capitalize on J4's presence on that side of the fight. They went for the capture instead, and were not able to get the neutral yet. The minions could push it over if they get brought in. No, they're going to be able to pick that up. Zyra not able to interrupt all of them, unfortunately. So
we get one kill.
Ooh, another one.
Good job by Joe Pass picking that one up. And that Wooger's activation was actually the one that I would say was one of the best Woogers I've ever seen. Good job by the Science team that picked that one up. Northfall going to go assassination over at the bottom lane. Portal and Northfall going to try to get this one down, and then knock off onto J4 and hold off this point.
And Darvin being kicked back by Northfall. Northfall with a lot of damage and loses the mic to bully him around. Northfall can really safely deliver that. Strogan able to connect with the portal, though. We should turn our attention towards him, but he does have the ultimate active right now, which will give him a substantial amount of defense.
And we do see stick on over in top lane. We do have Strogan going to be taken down right quickly, probably from Northfall. Northfall going to get one more shot in, going to get the kill. Then we see if Science can actually hold off this point, and maybe see the main go chase him down. But the windmill being captured up.
Offensive flash.
Good for Sofanda Cox right now.
No, unfortunately, it is not. They were in a really good position earlier on in the game, but they've since lost the hold of that. Generic, whoa, the damage on Generic. Is Generic going to be able to escape? No, J4 can't quite connect. Strogan, the snare doesn't land. Generic could die because that didn't connect.
Oh, but he's going to get excited one more time just to delay even more so, and that could be the moment of winning because it is going down. 6 points left. We can't really get another point captured. This is Sofanda Cox can be able to win this one out.
Next question, Twitch chat, Adoy V2V, the official team tag for S-Cox is SFCOX. Capital SFC, lowercase OX. As posted by IP Unicorns, their team captain in the Twitch chat.
Congratulations to them. Round 3 win. Now going to go on to the semifinals. And the Cox winning out this matchup. And yeah, for most of the match, Amputease had the advantage, and I mean, it just wasn't enough for them to finish out in the end. I mean, what do you think? What do you attribute that? Is that because of Mike's play, or I thought it was because they switched up Michael Bay to go over the top lane to try to disrupt even more so, and having ICU, for instance, North Pole really pushed over in that bottom lane with new V3 really couldn't do too much to either of them.
The Mike did an amazing job of keeping people from connecting with Talon the way they wanted to. Because of J4 with the Yomus and that puncturing taunt on reduction, that's absolutely brutal for anyone that J4 is able to connect with if he's able to follow up on a puncturing taunt. So another part of that was the Mike taking Rammus away from fights entirely, even if someone was attacking a different teammate, just to keep Rammus from being able to connect with a puncturing taunt anywhere, so J4 couldn't capitalize on that damage. I mean, you saw a lot of, Bland got a lot of great spells and fixing, but I think the focus was really on minimizing Jarvan's ability to do anything. Because you saw J4 get into engagement solo on the map. Near the end of the game, you saw him dunk on Zyra and almost completely obliterate her. That was really rough. Although everyone did a lot of damage, he really didn't get to come up too often. That's one thing that with bottom lane is if you can sort of dominate and be in charge of your lane and have the time to roam up into fights, snipe off a few quick shots, and then recall down and bail out your tower, and that can make for really, really scary gameplay. We didn't really see a lot of that. Everyone's still coming close to 60,000 damage dealt that game, though, so very respectful amount of damage she was able to put out. I was trying to not say the same exact sentence. It's one of those caster traps, hey man, I just used that phrase. Let's use the same phrase.
I mean, it's pretty hard when you have to say the same thing anyway, and we fall into that trap. I hear it quite a bit in other tournament, and the chat kind of.
I'm surprised nobody has a right there counter for me yet. That's my big one that I'm bad at right now. Right now and right there. Anything that's right something, I'm working on.
Unfortunately, and stuff like that. Yeah, those are two that I say quite a bit, and unfortunately, we'll just go off of that one. We'll be back with the semifinals coming out for DominateDominion.